Doctor warns. Constant fatigue after 60 is not normal. Fix it before it's too late. You feel it, don't you? That dragging heaviness in your limbs, that fog in your mind, that ache in your bones, not from labor, but from simply existing. If you're over 60 and constantly tired, you must hear this. Because what you've been told is normal aging might actually be a silent warning. Fatigue persistent, unrelenting fatigue is not simply growing old. It is a signal, a whisper from your body that something deeper is amiss. And left unchecked, it can become the thief of joy, memory, strength, and ultimately, time. Quote, "The unexamined life is not worth living." Socrates, so let us examine this life of fatigue before it's too late. 1. What is fatigue, really? Let's begin with a clear understanding. Fatigue is not just being tired. It is not solved by sleep. It is a persistent lack of physical or mental energy that interferes with your normal daily activities. Example, imagine George, 67 years old, retired professor, once a marathon runner. Now he feels winded just climbing stairs, struggles to focus on reading, and naps 3 times a day. His labs are normal. His doctor says it's just age. But George knows something is wrong. This story is not rare. In fact, it's becoming a global epidemic. Quote, "It is not length of life, but depth of life." Ralph Waldo Emerson, fatigue robs you of that depth. 2. Why fatigue over 60 is often misdiagnosed. The truth. Doctors often dismiss fatigue in older adults as natural aging. This is dangerous. Here's why. Many medical conditions mimic age. Fatigued prescription medications can accidentally drain energy. Subtle deficiencies are rarely tested in routine checkups. A study in the Journal of Geriatric Medicine 2020 found that 61% of older patients with fatigue had undiagnosed reversible causes, including thyroid imbalance, anemia, or chronic infection. Let that sink in. More than half had fixable causes. 3. Scientific evidence. What the research reveals. Let's explore what science tells us. Study number 1. Vitamin D deficiency, published in Archives of Internal Patterson 2011, found that low vitamin D levels were directly linked to chronic fatigue and poor muscle performance in adults over 60. Study number 2. Mitochondrial aging. Nature Reviews Molecular Cell Biology 2014 showed that as we age, mitochondria, our cells' energy factories, become less efficient, producing less ATP, the fuel for our bodies. Study number 3. Chronic Low-Grade Inflammation. Journal of Clinical Investigation 2018. Inflammaging, or age-related chronic inflammation, contributes to exhaustion, brain fog, and metabolic slowdowns. These aren't just theories. They are biological truths, and they have solutions. Quote, "Science is the great antidote to the poison of enthusiasm and superstition." Adam Smith. 4. The 7 hidden causes of fatigue after 60. Let's unveil the real villains. 1. Nutrient deficiencies. Vitamin B12, D, iron, and magnesium are often low in older adults. Many seniors eat less or have reduced absorption from the gut. Solution: ask your doctor for micronutrient panels, not just basic blood work. 2. Thyroid dysfunction, hypothyroidism, slow thyroid, is extremely underdiagnosed in seniors. Symptoms: cold, intolerance, fatigue, weight gain, hair thinning. Solution: request free T3 and T4 in addition to TSH. 3. Undiagnosed sleep apnea. 1 in 4 people over 60 has some form of sleep apnea. often silent. Results in poor oxygenation and non-restorative sleep. Solution: home sleep studies are now easy and affordable. 4. Mitochondrial declines mentioned. Aging mitochondria reduce energy. Toxins, stress, and poor diet accelerate this. Solution: supplements like CoQ10, acetyl L-carnitine, and PQQ support mitochondria. 5. Chronic infection Septin-Bar, Lyme, or even low-level UTIs can sap energy silently. Solution: specialized viral panels and CRP-ESR inflammation tests. 6. Depression and emotional exhaustion. Fatigue is often the first sign of depression in older adults. Quote, "There is no greater agony than bearing an untold story inside you." Maya Angelou. 7. Prescription medication overload. Blood pressure meds, statins, antihistamines, sleep aids all can cause fatigue. Solution: medication review by a geriatric pharmacist. 5. How to identify the real culprit in your case here. A simple framework. Track your energy patterns. Use a journal. Note what time of day you feel worst. Map it to symptoms. Morning fatigue plus fog equals cortisol, adrenal. Issues midday crash equals blood sugar, imbalance evening. Fatigue equals emotional or sleep quality request. Comprehensive labs, CBC. Iron panel, B12, D3, thyroid. Panel, CRP, ESR. Liver kidney function, 6. Natural ways to reclaim energy. Sunlight before 9 a.m. boosts vitamin D and resets circadian rhythm. Just 15 minutes a day can elevate energy. LEVELS. Be anti-inflammatory. Diet focus on greens, berries, fatty fish, olive oil. Avoid processed carbs and seed oils. Quote, "Let food be thy medicine." Hippocrates. Gentle movement, Tai Chi, walking, or light yoga. Movement circulates lymph and reduces inflammatory markers. DI. Deep breathing and meditation lowers cortisol, improves oxygen flow. Just 10 minutes of conscious breathing can shift energy dramatically. Key supplements: evidence-based CoQ10 mitochondrial support complex, nervous system energy, magnesium glycinate, relaxation and sleep. Ashwagandha, adaptogen for stress. 7. Doctor's action plan, fixing the fatigue from leading geriatricians. Here's the 7-step plan. Review ALL. Medications, get advanced blood work, rule out infections and thyroid issues, begin anti-inflammatory nutrition. Add mitochondria supportive supplements, prioritize sleep diagnostics, track progress every 2 weeks. Work with a functional medicine practitioner. Quote, "Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom." Aristotle. 8. When to seek urgent help. Fatigue may be a sign of something more serious. Seek immediate evaluation if weight loss without trying, night sweats unexplained, pain, dizziness, or fainting, depression, or suicidal thoughts. These are red flags to be ignored. 9. Closing thoughts. The return of vitality. So, what is fatigue after 60? It is a messenger knocking gently, then urgently, asking you to look within. Not all fatigue is disease, but none of it is to be ignored. You deserve clarity, strength, and vitality, not just survival, but thriving. Quote, "Man is not made for defeat. A man can be destroyed, but not defeated." Ernest Hemingway. So rise, investigate, rebuild, because the second half of life is not the end. It's the beginning of mastery. So now, dear listener, as we reach the end of this journey together, let me ask you, are you willing to accept exhaustion as your new normal? Will you resign your golden years to weariness and fog, or will you rise? Because the truth, as we have seen, is both beautiful and terrifying. Fatigue after 60 is not destiny. It is not fate. It is a signal, a flag raised by your magnificent body, urging you to take notice, to investigate, to restore. Yes, the world may whisper to you, you are getting old, but your soul knows better. Your spirit remembers the fire, the clarity, the strength, and it calls for revival. Quote, do not go gentle into that good night. Rage, rage against the dying of the light. Dylan Thomas, reclaim your light. You are not fragile. You are forged by time, tempered by experience, and blessed with wisdom. But even the strongest oak must nourish its roots. Even the finest vessel must be refilled. You now possess the knowledge. You know the causes. You know the steps. You know that fatigue is not your final story. It is simply a chapter that can be rewritten. So stand tall. Look your fatigue in the eye and say, not today, not me. I will not fade quietly. I will investigate. I will heal. I will rise. Let this be the moment you look back on a turning point. The day you chose to no longer endure, but to thrive. Not merely to live, but to live vividly. Tell your doctor, test deeper. Tell your body, I hear you now. Tell yourself, I am not done. Yet, I am just beginning, because energy is life. And life, your life, is precious beyond measure. Final quote. And suddenly you know, it's time to start something new and trust the magic of beginnings. Meister Eckhart, thank you for staying with us. Now, go and reclaim the power that always belonged to you.